How is it going, everyone? I hope you all had a green day today if you did trade. We're going to go over the daily plan and take a look at today's intraday order flow. What is order flow? What are you looking at here? If you're unfamiliar, these charts in front of you are called footprint charts. On the home of the YouTube channel over here, I have a video going over how I have my specific charts configured. These charts are very configurable. Almost everyone has them configured how they like. So my video, of course, is going over how mine are configured. What we're looking at here is transacted volume, and this is a 4-hour chart. It's almost 12:30 market time, and as you can see, we've been trading within this area. Similar to yesterday, we've been within balance. Now, what are these zones marked here that we're looking at? If you're unfamiliar, if you're new to the channel, or don't follow me on StockTwits, and this one here, sorry, or this one wasn't in today's daily plan, but this was the daily plan levels. This is where I was looking to be an active market participant today. I released this before CPI, so of course we're trading within this range. Just a slow overnight session until then, right? Market sentiments, our market participants, their sentiment wasn't as strong because, well, they're waiting for the news. And sure enough, we outlined as of now, of course, the high and low of the day, end of CPI. I see people on StockTwits all the time like saying we're going straight up, we're going straight down, just super biased. But at the end of the day, all you need is the order flow. People complicate their charts with MACD, RSI, moving averages. I know I do have moving averages here, but I don't trade off them. I simply just have it because when I first started learning how to trade, I had moving averages on my chart. So without them, I look kind of naked. But trading off all that stuff, that's all lagging indicators. The only true indicators that you could use is what? Order flow, the flow of orders in real time. You're looking at these transactions. So let me pull up the daily plan and we'll go step by step. So first, always, I start off with the TPO chart. These are called time price opportunity charts. There we are. So obviously today, now we're breaking out of the value area high, but we've been pretty balanced trading within this range after CPI. So what are market profile charts, also called these, or TPO charts? Why do we use them? I know they look super intimidating. What are all these? Well, all these letters, but they're really super easy to learn. They take not long at all. We have an introductory series. One of the episodes is learning how to read this. It's, 30 minutes of your time, you learn how to read it, and then you just take a glance and you take everything that you need to know from these charts out of them. So what are things that we could take and what are things that we do take from TPO? Well, are we trading within balance? Are we trading obviously out of balance then? Are we creating balance? Do we have structure to clean? Are we currently cleaning structure? Things that we're looking at. Highs, lows, distributions, where the points of control are lying, value area high, value area low, right? That's essentially it. And I start my mornings, as I said, every day with this. I want to see where we're trading in the overnight session related to the TPO. This is how we gauge sentiment in the market auction. So from there, I go to my favorite time frame, the 4-hour. I'm a day trader. And I think, I'll die on this hill that we could take the most information necessary, especially for day traders, importance-wise, from our 4-hour charts. Things that we're looking at here. Is the auction complete? What does that mean? Well, we're trading 36,000 contracts, 38,000 contracts, almost 50, 60,000 contracts. People are happy to transact here. We're still transacting a lot of volume. So we continued up until we came up here. Look, 60 contracts, not even 200 contracts up here. Relative to what's below, that is what's called exhaustion. So of course, once we're exhausted here, the market auction is saying no one else is willing to transact up here. We're going to go down. And where do we go down to? Let me go over here. We come down to where we see participants. We know people are happy to transact down here. No one's willing to transact up here anymore. We come down here, we build a bid, we see this buying imbalances, right? And then what's this? This is computer just lagged. This is a stop run. So retail's buying, stop run, stop them all out, and now we get some nice exhaustion for a nice, safer entry for a long. So yeah, there's so much that we could take from this. Trapped volume, high volume areas, low volume areas, exhaustion, not exhaustion. Where is over here? So on the YouTube channel and on StockTwits, I post these things. I post this in the room, obviously uncovered, but I take everything that I can, everything that I'm seeing with the order flow, and I'll send it. So here, similar to what I was just saying. Let me read this first. Taking a look at the transacted volume on the 4-hour chart. If these charts are foreign for you, blah, 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 I said that. Transacted volume is the most important thing us traders have to base our trades off of. Big money, market makers, Fed, algos, banks, whatever. Everyone likes to blame whatever for them losing a trade. Bottom line is they can't hide transacted volume. Do we have a bid, an offer? Is either side aggressive? Is either side passive? Where are market participants located, right? Do we have a huge bid or a huge offer? Are we watching a breakout or simply a stop run, right? We've spoken about this so many times here on the channel, the difference between stop runs and breakouts. A lot of people like buying breakouts, but then complain when they don't work. Well, with the order flow using footprint charts, we're able to see the difference, and also obviously where we are in the auction obviously depends, right? If we have a huge offer and we start breaking out from it, it's likely that it's a stop run of shorts of that offer, so then we could then go down. So after this 4-hour chart, I go to my daily chart, right? And I do the exact same thing here. I'll annotate it, I'll send it out, exactly what I'm reading, what's significant here, right? So where should we go now? I'm going to, well, we see this was high day or is high day as of now. This is low day as of now. I'm going to bring a smaller time frame, actually a 5-minute footprint chart, and I'm going to bring the Discord room. I was doing live commentary this morning, so let's see how it went. Let's go to the open. Again, this is a 5-minute chart. Do we want to keep it here? Let's move it up a little bit. Bear with me, please. All right. So, and I'll bring Discord over. This is what it looks like, obviously. All right, so 9:33 this morning, I said this is now a 30-minute chart we're looking at. I said bulls want to defend this area, right? All right, this is, as you can see from here, before we traded that area. We trade into this area, and what do we see? These big volume nodes, buying in balance. Sellers are trying to jump down on the tape. Emphasis on jump. They're jumping down on the tape. Bid is building. We see these volume nodes building out. But what do you guys see? What were we talking about? Look at this bottom node. Look how much is transacting down here. We are not exhausted. All right. So, you know, this is faster than I could type, but we got one more flush down. What do we see on that one more flush down? We see exhaustion. Now I said we need to pull up quickly, and the bid needs to get aggressive, or else, you know, funny emoji, GIF. Why do we need to pull up quick? Well, we just stopped or that is a stop run of these buyers, right? A quick pull down, and we need to pull up, and this bid needs to re-engage. If not, well, then these sellers are going to add, defend their position, and will continue down. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly, so bid is trying here, right? That's no exhaustion at the lows at the time. We have it now. Ran our bid, right? That's that quick move down that we saw. You know, this actually might be better that we look at it on a 1-minute chart, maybe. I guess we could see it here, right? This is that bid on the 30-minute over here, this high volume area. We get a quick move down. Now, we don't have exhaustion here on the 5-minute, but on the 30-minute, 4-hour, you know, we did. All right. So now if we see a pull above low slammers, we'll see a squeeze is what I meant to say. Or if sellers defend and add at their position at 88s, we'll send it back down. So I actually want my 30-minute because that's what I was looking at and talking about. So this is our open candle. This is where we were trading, and these are these people, the sellers who are at 88s. They were adding, we see the selling balance. Now at the time we had a buying balance here, right? They're fighting, and if I bring back up, I said, if sellers defend here, they'll send it back down, where these buyers then have to defend their position. And this is where we'll see ping-ponging action, is what we like to say in the room. And this is where how bids and offers are built, right? Now, we'll ping-pong in here, sellers defend, buyers defend, sellers, buyers, until one side is exhausted, right? We see the exhaustion, and that's where we use our context. Sorry, forgive me. This is our context, and that's where now after we have to look at our framework. Where are we? A place where a potential long could come, right? That's what we outlined on the daily plan. So of course we're going to have a long bias over here, and we see this B-shaped distribution, although not the cleanest. B-shaped distributions is what we want to see for longs, and of course exhaustion at lows. And you may think, CLT, why is this exhaustion? It's 1900, 1600, right? Every scenario is relative. Look above though. 13,000, 10,000, 14 and a half, 16, 16 and a half. Relative to what's being done at the lows, that is exhaustion. And I said, where was it? Bid needs to get aggressive or else, right? And this bid over here was not able to do it, and that's where we saw this. And then as we came back down, I said buyers want to hold 78s to 80, right? The lower end of this volume, they couldn't, and we went down. So, just reading the order flow, people, again, like to complicate their trading, or maybe not that they like it, they just, I don't know what it is, but simplify your trading using order flow, using footprint, and then being able to profit off of it. Right, so I teach in the room how exactly I execute off order flow. I go to smaller time frames, and there's a few other tips and tricks that we use. So we use TPO, we use footprint, we use market auction theory, and there are a few other things in there that we build confluence with, and that's how we execute. I think, is there anything else I want to go over here? Right, this is annotated on the daily, and this was the daily plan. So cautious sell up here. Right, this was the high of CPI, and this area could provide a trade, but the tape had to be monitored. Most of the time, levels are pretty obvious on the order flow, and then sometimes they're not as obvious, so I don't feel confident enough saying, oh, I just realized I said sell zone, obviously meant buy zone. Not marking it as a buy zone, but obviously when the tape is monitored, we just looked at it, we had a bid, we had exhaustion, very clean. I believe that was everything. Yeah. All right, so if you guys see edge in this approach, it fits you, it's something you want to learn, we have what's called the Pro program, and we're a very small room. We're keeping it a small room, and here I go Monday through Friday. I do recaps how I do here on YouTube, obviously in more depth. We talk about setups that came, setups that looked like setups, but order flow is really saying we didn't. We go over everything. Members have questions, I go over them. We have a video library, so we have that introductory series I mentioned, psychology webinars, a whole bunch of things that is common with the video libraries. The daily plan, how I release a video to the Pro program members every morning, Monday through Friday, and it's a quick, 5-minute video maybe of me going over each of the levels and why, the reasoning behind the levels, what I saw in the TPO, what I saw in the footprint, what structurally made this a key level, all of that type of stuff. So I have write-ups, right, these annotations that I have the videos on them. You'll get my very own chart book, right, the settings to the footprint, the settings to the TPO, all that stuff. Or if you're already a successful trader and you just want to make sure you're reading the market the same as I am, you could get the full daily plan. And what that will be is just the annotations in the daily plan tab. You'll get access to the daily plan tab, and then you could just compare maybe your reading to the order flow to mine and make sure you're doing well. So I'll leave a link in the description. Again, I hope you guys all had a great day today, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.